I was born ready.
Sorry, I'm so used to the Joe Mansman intro playing.
We should just play the Joe Mansman intro for every show.
Yeah. Well, normally I do it like I start it and then like fade into like us.
Right.
But that only worked for the first two, and for some reason that's not working this time around. What's going on, guys? Episode 4 of Classless Bastards is coming at you, and today, if it looks like we're like starting NASCAR drivers or like we're just beginning to acquire corporate sponsorships, it's because we are. This episode and many more is brought to you by Altered Apparel and Design. Our friend Josh Green hooked us up with the snazziest fishing shirts that a sponsorship opportunity can buy. And if you need anything custom made, decals, t-shirts, hell, he made me a bar key that says Bastard on it. He does a little bit of everything. And if you want a little bit of everything customized for whatever it is, maybe you're on a rec softball team, maybe you're running for town supervisor,
maybe you're starting a podcast.
Maybe you're starting a podcast. And if that's the case, you can give Josh Green a call at 518-361-3621. That is 518-361-3621. And tell him the Classless Bastard sent you. And he'll give us a big kiss.
And he'll probably charge you extra.
Extra. So yeah, episode 4. To those of you who obviously don't know what goes on behind the scenes, this is our now third attempt at trying to convene to shoot. If there's anything we've learned now, so me being 27 and you knocking on 27's door, hangovers are a real thing. Hangovers, they start to last a day, perhaps more than a day. They become debilitating. Sometimes your guests get hungover at the age of 54, and it really makes you start having to think about how you're gonna go about shooting the week.
Sometimes other people's perspectives and the way that they decide to voice them can be out of your control.
Yes. Yes. We may or may not have had an entire podcast that about 20 minutes in became, even by Classless Bastards standards, even by the standards of Classless Bastards, not fit to air on the Mirth Films channel. In a world where it was just us and we were raunchy, vulgar, inappropriate, and fun-loving under our own umbrella, maybe. But we're not. I love Frankie. The last thing I want to do is shit on him. Is shit on Mirth Films because of how bad one of our tentative guests was.
Honestly, I think you're underselling it. I think it would be more like shitting on 90% of the entire world.
Not yet, 90%. anyone who, almost every protected class of citizen. At some point, yeah.
Every man, woman, and child that wasn't sitting in this room was a victim.
Yeah. But it's okay. Because less than 24 hours before this gets uploaded to the world, we found a time to shoot it, which normally we shoot on Sundays, and then the Friday of that week we air. That didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. This is we were shooting on Wednesday, but by the time you guys see it, it's actually going to be May 19th, which many of you know is Malcolm X Day. And of course, well, Nick and I have a very long and tenured friendship and of just scheming through dumb things like 12th grade English class, which is exactly what we did when we were assigned to read the Autobiography of Malcolm X and then teach the class about it. So the class was divvied up into two halves of people. One half were to read this book, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The other half were to read the Autobiography of Malcolm X. Nick and I were given the Autobiography of Malcolm X along with basically everyone else in our class who would have made the top 10. And it was really fun.
Could have turned out better.
I learned absolutely nothing about Malcolm X.
You know what the funny thing is I actually know way more about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest than I do about Malcolm X to this day. I've read it, I've seen the movie.
Don't tell me how it ends. How long's it been out?
I think the movie came out in the 70s or 80s. Jack Nicholson when he was young.
Don't spoil it.
I haven't had time to watch it yet.
I have it on TiVo somewhere. But yeah, so we're assigned this book, and let me tell you, I hate reading. I've never really been able to get into it. But we were paired up with a team of just straight animals, people who read for the fucking sick thrill of it. And our responsibilities were kind of divvied up between them kind of providing notes and study guides and stuff for the other side, whereas Nick and I were kind of in charge of doing like the PowerPoint presentations, which is great because we did not read the book. However, what I did know was that Malcolm X was friends with Cassius Clay or as you guys know, Muhammad Ali. So what I instead talked about was how much of a savage, just kick-ass boxer Muhammad Ali was, and how him beating George Foreman was a very significant, sentimental victory for black Muslims in America. At no point did I really talk about Malcolm X. And we kept this going for an entire fucking book of every week, or every couple days, having to give like these presentations to people.
Yeah, it wasn't always a PowerPoint, but at the very end, it was basically a PowerPoint on the entire book.
Yeah, which we didn't read. So
Still haven't read.
Still haven't. So eventually, excuse me, sorry, I'm on seltzers right now.
Well, that's never good for you.
I don't want to be fat for my wedding. Well, I want to be less fat for my wedding. But yeah, so eventually, the process of Nicholas and I just trying to bullshit our way through an entire book kind of came back to bite us when the rest of our group starts like just calling us out on our bullshit, which hey, they had every right to, but we had a valedictorian and salutatorian right then and there. We had Katie Luders and Larissa Gussick, obviously two smart human beings. So
the biggest thing was just denying until the end. As long as you don't specifically say that you didn't read it and you have no idea what you're talking about.
I denied all things at that time. I denied things so fucking well. Miss Archibald actually gave Nick and I basically perfect scores throughout the near entirety of this fucking book teaching seminar. And eventually we get to the last, I don't remember the exact context, but what I think happened was I think someone told Miss A.
Somebody that was on our team. I won't say any names, but I do remember who it was now.
Okay.
Now that you say that.
Okay. We can say it. Is it... Wait. On the count of three, let's both say who we think it was. Ready?
Alright.
1, 2, 3, Larissa Gussick.
Yeah.
Damn it, Larissa. So yeah, so she got very upset and essentially outed us to Miss Archibald. And then, keep in mind, the only thing we had left was this one was like the epilogue. So I read the epilogue. And Miss A, wanting to make sure that we're not on our bullshit, gives us a fucking test on the epilogue. And we nailed it.
I don't think I did. I think I got I passed it, but I didn't nail it.
Right, but for not reading anything about the fucking book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got a 72 or a 74 on that.
Yeah. And in Rebellion, the rest of our fucking group didn't read the epilogue. So
they did terribly.
They did terrible. Oh, God. If you guys are still out there, why couldn't you just have gone with it, dude?
Why couldn't you have given us more information so we could present the book better without reading it?
Well, realistically, what I think would have been a really funny... would have been a nice... because we're seniors at that point, man. Class of 2014, we had a couple months left before we're graduating.
Yeah, who cares?
Who fucking cares? Why could they not have just said, you know what? This would be a fun thing to do together. Let's all fake it.
Right? It's not like you or I were going to go and get PhDs or anything.
Yeah, no. And the best part about all this is at that point in time, I don't think Miss Archibald read the fucking book. I
think you're right.
And I think after that debacle, I hope she did. And if not, I hope classes out there had an opportunity to keep
That's kind of crazy that you can score on something that you haven't read yourself.
It's amazing that you can present on something that...
that's true.
Dude,
that's
so
true.
So Malcolm X, wherever you are out there, that's probably bad.
That might be. That might be considered derogatory in certain spaces. Malcolm X, wherever you are, we love you. Thank you for what you did, except for the bad stuff, if there was any.
Well, Malcolm
I still got to read the book.
What better way to celebrate your legacy? You helped us pass 12th grade English. Your name will live on forever in the annals of history. So you said something about PhD just now. Now I have to be a proud...
I wonder why I brought that up.
Now I have to be a proud brother for a little bit. My brother Blake, one of the least social people I know, one of the smartest people I know, I got to watch him graduate, get his fucking PhD at the age of 24 through the Albany College of Pharmacy. I was proud. It was a nice moment. I will say, going to the Civic, not the Civic Center, going to SPAC, being inside and seeing people. For one, they had like that shack in the middle that normally you can get like your $17 drinks from. It was open, but they weren't selling alcohol.
That's strange for a college graduation.
Right? But then again, it was like, oh, school pharmacy or whatever.
So, what, was somebody selling drugs out back then?
Possibly. So I look at the menu. Yeah, and it's like fucking like those carnival pretzels and fucking everything you would expect from like that would be on the menu at a Six Flags. And then fountain drinks and then Liquid Death sparkling water.
I still haven't tried that. I don't know what the...
It tastes like, dude. It's of all the sparkling waters I've ever had, it's not attractive. It's not good.
Does it have like any special vitamins, minerals, nutrients in it?
It's got liquid and death inside of it.
Well, one of those things I would love.
And the other's liquid.
Yeah. And the other drowns people.
Yeah, and the other drowns people. But, yeah, so we're inside SPAC. And graduations, by the way, are one of the lamest fucking things to go to. Like, all things considered. And there was about 260 people there. I'm looking around. I, of course, rode in with my parents. And all I could think of is that I wish I had brought in some kind of bev. And every, 15 seconds, I'm looking around and I keep hearing, the sound of a can cracking off in the distance. It's like, someone's got a beer. And then I look, and they're drinking fucking sparkling water.
Oh, wow.
It's like, you guys are so fucking lame. Yeah, it was...
a bunch of nerds.
Dude, seriously. I literally, as I left, as we got in my parents' car, I should say, and I saw people, getting in cars around me, I was just like, later, nerds, and then I heroically got in the back seat of my mom's car.
Well, and aren't these all people that are graduating from a graduate school? So they're guaranteed to be above a certain age, right? Unless they're, superhuman smart.
No, the Albany, the pharmacy program, so Blake went in at 18. It's just an accelerated program. So
he's 23 now still, right?
24. But
that's 6 years still. I mean,
he got his bachelor's in 2 years.
Wow.
And then his master's, I believe, by year 4, and then
PhD 6 years.
fucking D, dude.
He gets his rocket science degree in 6 months.
Yeah, he's gonna be and then he's gonna be on the moon in less than a year, and then have traveled back in time.
Imagine being a rocket scientist. And, and then, not being able to use that phrase. Well, what am I, a fucking rocket scientist? Oh, shit.
Or, it's not rocket science. Oh, wait. It is.
Oh, wait. Everything's rocket science.
I would use it to flex on a lot of things.
For sure. Oh, yeah, because that's right. It would be positive because you could look at everything else and be like, listen, it's not rocket science. I know how hard that is. You couldn't even imagine.
We have something to strive for. So, when was the moment you realized college wasn't for you?
Well, I think a big problem was smoking and drinking coming out of high school, and then kind of staying in that mindset and that way of being, and I really didn't take any of it seriously. If anything now, Like, if I could go back to college and, like, it be paid for again, and I was actually getting a stipend every semester to go. Like, I was getting extra. I was getting paid to go, and I still didn't. I just couldn't stand it. Whereas now, I love learning about shit. I love learning about all different kinds of things. I think I'd still have a problem with, like, gen ed classes. If it's not directly correlated to what I'm supposed to be learning or the directive or the goal, then I have a really hard time focusing or caring about it.
It's a good point. I gotta say, the last year at Plattsburgh, I really I stopped caring. I don't know. I learned, like, in hindsight, there's a good chance I would have preferred not to go to college. I had,
Well, you had quite the side hustle going on, too, that probably wore you out a little bit.
Yes, I did. But no, I didn't. It was actually rocket science.
Right. Right, that would wear anybody out.
Yeah, it's a lot of work with thrusters and propulsion and I don't know. Elon Musk was there once upon a time. Dude,
I taught Elon Musk everything he knows.
I know we were just saying that I was debilitatingly hungover, but I'm debilitatingly hungover.
Wait, is that your first seltzer there?
It's my first serving of the day. Dude,
that could be your problem. Well, I also drank a fast twitch on the way here.
A fast twitch?
Yeah.
Is that like the Jake Paul drink?
It's like the G Fuel of people that don't know whether or not they're gonna play Call of Duty in an hour.
So is it a little less strong, a little less potent? 200
milligrams of caffeine.
Compared to the normal one, which is...
I actually don't even know.
We're learning so much right now.
But I'll tell you what, I also started drinking those Celsius drinks.
Yeah, my fiance's big into those.
The first one I had, or no, not the first, the second one I had, so second day consecutively of having them, I go to work, or actually I drank it at like 10 a.m. I go to work at like 3:30 p.m.
And then you died.
For an hour and a half, my heart rate was 150.
For Celsius drinks?
From the Celsius, and I think it's because they trigger thermogenesis in your body, so it's like you basically burn energy through heat automatically.
Okay, this actually sounds like rocket science.
It's not. No, it's thermogenics. It's thermogenetics or thermo.
Basically, it might as
well.
It
might be thermodynamics.
I would say it might as well be fucking thermodynamics.
I think it might be, but yeah, thermogenesis. So it basically makes your body. It's like what happens when you shiver. That's how your body heats up. Like when you're cold, you'll shiver,
right?
And through I don't think that's thermogenesis, but it might be also. But through that process, your body heats up. Now this is your body doing it even when you're not cold, and you expend that energy through heat, and it increases your metabolism, burns fat. But I thought my heart was going to explode. But I drank one yesterday and nothing happened.
For now.
Right, until I go to work today without drinking one, my heart explodes.
I've heard of dumber things. Yeah. Well, what I should have done was woke up a little earlier and made my way to like a convenience store and grabbed up. And I've been really into those like the low or no cal energy drinks. Even though I feel like there's got to be some, like generally speaking, things that are diet or things that are low calorie.
Well, that's what those Celsius are. Those are energy drinks.
They scare me generally because I feel like there's got to be something in it that gives it both energy and no calories.
Taurine.
Could be taurine.
L-theanine.
Ginseng.
Well, ginseng brings you down.
I mean, depends on...
Ginseng, valerian root, that kind of stuff will bring you down.
Depends on how you use it, brother.
But green tea leaf extract can bring you up a little bit, boost your spirits, reduce anxiety.
Relax inhibitions.
We all need a little bit of that sometimes.
I always love like any kind of questionnaires you have to take online about anything about alcohol. Relaxed inhibitions is always like one of the answers. Like exactly that, relaxed inhibitions. Like what the fuck do they think is gonna happen?
Like you feel like somebody has to be stroking your thigh while they're saying something like that to you.
Dude,
do you have relaxed inhibitions right now?
Do you feel like... Oh, God, no.
Don't touch me there.
You're not my priest.
You're not my uncle.
Oh, God. So, obviously, you know Luke. Bartender Luke. This guy, Tom and Rodney's son, the family that owns the bar I work at, Peter's Pub. He came into Sully's the other day, the other bar that I do events for. And I forget exactly how the fuck the context of the conversation started. But it ended with, just because they fuck you doesn't mean they're your uncle. And it was just...
But if they're your uncle, they're definitely gonna fuck you, though.
It was great. I wish if I had time travel, I wish I could have gone back, like not go back kill Hitler, not go back and I don't know.
Things that would, save millions of lives. Nothing like that. Take out Mao,
I don't know. I don't really know because there'd be another bad person lined up.
Right, and it's like, well, any of the cartoons that you see that'll depict that, or any of the sci-fi shows, you'll go back, you'll kill Hitler, and then you go back to the future, and it's like everything's on fire, buildings are crumbling.
Yeah.
It's like we really needed Hitler to get to where we are today, and maybe we did. You never know until.
Classless Bastards does not.
We don't support Hitler. I don't like Hitler.
Does not endorse Adolf Hitler or the teachings of the Third Reich, the Nazi Party. Or even those neo-Nazis that wear the black suspenders and have shaved heads.
But same thing if you went back and killed anybody, Mao Zedong,
Joseph Stalin.
Yeah, if you want, it could be short-term positive.
I feel like there would just always be an equally a worse and crazier person to fill those shoes.
Just like all the terrorist organizations, we took out Bin Laden, and then right afterwards there was another to take the place.
Yeah. So if someone tries to ever get Classless Bastards off the air, there's going to be an even worse one at the ready. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, God.
I'm not ready for that.
Hopefully I'm dead by then.
Dude, so someone fed me mushrooms last night. And,
Penis envy?
Penis envy mushrooms. Tremendous. Just a great time. I laughed a lot. Cheekbones were hurting. I saw some people who I hadn't seen in a while. One of my friends, Steve, him and his long time partner got hit by a fucking plow truck back in February. And they came to the bar, so they survived. But dude, they were looked like they were in rough shape for a little bit. This was back in mid-February. They got hit, and he was crutching it around, but.
Dude, the same thing happened to the guy that plays in the Marvel movies. Plays Hawkeye in the Marvel movies. He got hit by a plow, I think. He was in the hospital for a couple weeks.
I don't know who that is. I don't actively follow Marvel movies.
Well, I don't follow the movies either. I just saw that the actor was he got seriously injured.
So
or might have gotten run over by a snowmobile. One of the two.
Oh. So a few episodes ago, Frankie Cavone on an episode of Cheap Flights and Cornbread had said, everyone says the Infinity Stones are a big deal, but really kidney stones are the real killer. And so I had said that if anyone wanted to truly stop Thanos, Ant-Man would have gone in and planted a kidney stone inside of Thanos. And then a couple days later, a couple days ago from now. So we're talking about a month gap between the two, between Frankie and I talking about it and now. Someone put up a status, some meme or something came out, where someone said, yo, Ant-Man should just plant a kidney stone in Thanos. It's I really wanted to just...
Stole my idea.
Stole my fucking idea, dude. I could have saved humanity.
Dude, that'll be in Avengers Endgame, The New Beginning. Part 2.
Avengers Endgame Part 3. Thanos is getting tested. Thanos is getting tested for prostate cancer.
Thanos at the urologist.
God.
Man, that's good.
I'm not gonna lie. So these, I think this seltzer is a tequila base.
Oh, wow.
It's not great.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
Yeah.
So what else has been going on with you the past week or so? struggling to stay alive?
No. My vitals all check out. Really, I'm actually getting excited for Memorial Meltdown, which is going on, obviously, Memorial Day week, Saturday and Sunday of Memorial Day weekend.
Where's that going to be at?
It's going to be the same place that Wild in the Trees was last year.
Oh, fantastic.
In the Charles Arwood Park, I'm pretty sure. And so Davey and I are going to be running the merch booth for Mirth Films.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be so excited to say that. We're going to be selling a bunch of prints. Obviously, Twiddle is calling it. I don't know what their plans are going to be afterward, but from what I understand at this point, I think Twiddle is done. Twiddle, if you don't know, big band in like the jam scene.
Mm-hmm.
Mahali was.
So they're done as in they're not coming?
No, they're done as in I think they're.
Oh, they're split up?
Splitting up.
Man, we gotta get the band back together, man.
Let's see if we can get the band back together. It's such a fun thing to say when you're ripping shots.
Dude, the Scorchers might have to reunite.
The Scorchers might have to reunite to close out Memorial Meltdown. I feel like it would be closer to the Step Brothers performance at the end, where
we just play Soul Man in the background and then fake playing saxophones.
No, I'm thinking it would be more like you on the drums, like doing like just like a. Well, I'm just sitting there, basically as John C. Reilly's character. Time to say goodbye, boats and hoes.
Oh,
I think it would garner some attention. I think it would really put us on the map. But I don't know.
I can't remember the name of that song. That's a great song.
Boats and hoes?
No, the Italian song that they sang at the end.
Oh. Well, hold on. Just call me Jamie Vernon.
Jamie, pull that up for me, will you?
Jamie, pull that up. Because they always do it at, they always sing it at, like, graduations. It's Andrea Bocelli. It's...
Forti Volare.
Let's see.
I think it might actually be called that.
I don't know.
Search for, like, POR space TI. Or maybe PORTI, all one word.
Porti Volare, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Very good, dude.
Dude, I can say, like, 3 Italian words, and you just typed them all in.
You know that's Latin.
There you go.
You sack of shit. Ugh.
Where would Italian be without Latin?
I don't know. Well, Latin is the root of, like, all the Romance languages, which is basically, all of them.
Almost every language.
Italian, Spanish, French, I believe even German.
It's hard to believe German is a Romance language.
Yeah, but compared to, like, the rest of Eastern Europe and all that, it did...
What do you think German S&M would sound like? Not even watching it, just
S&M?
listen. Or like
bondage?
Like, I don't know, like...
No,
right,
you know,
this is a little extreme.
You know what you're getting at with that.
You know what I mean?
I would just think it would sound like a Rammstein song.
Like you got 2 people, they both got like leather masks on and chains or something, and they're just like screaming oddly.
Yeah, just saying words.
Dark, disgusting sexual activities.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bust out das Bippen Buppen, yeah.
No, that's like Netherlands or something. No, Germans would be like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, it would sound
not to bring it back to Hitler, but like a Hitler speech, just but both people yelling at each other. Nein, 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 nein.
Bust up das Krankenwagen. It's actually the word for ambulance.
I wouldn't want to watch something like that, but I would certainly listen to it.
Yeah, can we get the audiobook of a German porno, please? But I think it would sound like I don't know. I feel like the Germans have rhythm.
50 Shades of Grey translated
50 Shades
with a German person speaking the audiobook.
Instead of who wrote that? Who wrote 50 Shades of Grey? Something. I don't know. That's not that important. I stand by how it sounded like a Rammstein song, because I think they'd stay in rhythm. And, like...
Or like, maybe like a polka song.
Like, you ever... Well, listen, like, we all watch porn, except for maybe, like, the Christians out there. But, dude, the sound of, like... You obviously know the sound of sex. And it's like...
Macaroni in the pot. No, wait, just hear me out. Hear me out.
So, but I feel like Rammstein, they're doing it. Du hast mich.
I feel like I'm sitting at like some tribal ceremony around a fire right now.
Eva, was haben Sie einen Schmetterling? I don't know. It's the only other German word I know. It's German for butterfly.
Bust out your butterfly?
I don't know.
You could probably say it to a woman, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, Eva's probably a woman thing.
How dare you assume that?
I don't know. The German language is hard to comprehend. Oh, goodness. Who'd have thought that drinking a fucking tequila-based seltzer as the first thing of liquid in the morning would really start to hurt my throat?
Yeah, it's weird that something like that would give you heartburn or indigestion, something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty strange. I was trying to find... I saw this article earlier about the top supermodels for every year. And I was wondering what the top supermodel was the year
In
they were born.
1939? Oh.
No, not No, but they didn't even go up to the year we were born, so we're just gonna scrap that idea.
So, what's the earliest it goes?
The earliest was like 40s or 50s, but it didn't go to 96, which is strange.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, 96, that's 26 to 27 years. Granted, there are some models that do keep it up for a while, but I find it a little hard to believe that there isn't a 26 or 27-year-old who makes that list. Makes you wonder.
I miss when Chrissy Teigen was hot.
I don't know who Chrissy Teigen is.
Well, she married John Legend, but she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition 2012.
Oh, okay.
Definitely worth the look.
Yeah, I might have it at home, but I think most of my pages are stuck together.
Yeah, I keep it next to my Elmer's glue.
Yes, I made it myself. Oh,
wow.
I feel like shit.
It can only get better from here.
It can.
Well, it could also get worse, I guess.
It could get worse.
There are more than one option.
I can't think of anything.
I was waiting. I was like, man, he might fall asleep right here.
Dude,
all right, I'm taking over.
I am drained, dude. Nick, hijack this thing, dude.
Hijack it.
Somali pirate it. I don't fucking care.
I am the cop.
Look at me. I am the podcast now.
You know what okay, so I was going through something yesterday. I delved into like 3 to 4 hours of conspiracy videos about the moon landing. And
now we're talking.
And I am very, very much so on the edge of whether or not it was faked or not. Now, we did bring this up before the show, and you were mentioning a belt of radiation that goes around the Earth. You want to tell me a little more about that?
That's the Van Allen radiation belt. It's a belt of radiation that's around the Earth.
Okay.
Named after Van Allen, the man who discovered it. But that's actually, so believe it or not, some conspiracy theorists, like Alex Jones for the longest time, had this theory. I don't know if he still does. I love Alex Jones. That is something I will always... I empirically support him. There are certain things I think he's a little off his rocker about, but I think he's right 90% of the time. But the Van Allen radiation belt, according to Alex Jones and many people who think like him, is the reason that we haven't been visited by aliens.
Alex Jones is the reason?
No, the Van Allen radiation.
Oh, sorry.
Like, The theory and the premise being that it is a radiation belt and it's not something that an otherworldly vessel could survive. But hey, hard to tell not knowing because, it is the Van Allen radiation belt.
Well, and because of that, that's why people speculate that we haven't been back to the moon. They think that NASA faked the moon landing, faked some of the footage, and there is some crazy footage to look through that could possibly prove that. Like, one of the examples was they were looking through the pictures from being on the moon, and the angles of the shadows were coming from almost as if there was a light wrapped around, not at quite a half circle, but at a little bit of an angle. So shadows were going this way, and straight on. Whereas any light coming from the sun would create shadows that were all parallel to each other. So that's one reason they think that there was electric lighting there, and certain shots where astronauts were completely in a shadow, completely in the dark, and then their suits would be a little bit more lit up than the rest of everything else in there. So there could be some photo doctoring, could be some completely fake images. They definitely at least went into orbit during that mission.
Yeah. And then who knows?
Yeah, I can't remember all the specifics on how they doctored the distance of the Earth, but I spent way too much time on that yesterday.
Well, if there's anything I know for sure, Elon Musk did send a fucking Tesla to space.
Oh, which is completely plausible. You wouldn't have to worry about people surviving it.
No, I saw it happen. Not like really saw it happen, like not IRL, but...
No, yeah, he shot it up and then it floated away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's no reason, there's no reason that wouldn't be plausible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he saw it and it would just keep going. Whereas people going through, like you said, that radiation belt would have to... they're even trying to figure out how to get cameras to work up there still. Or, it was a decade after they were trying to figure out how to get satellites to be able to work in that area.
Well, it is difficult. And especially...
So how could they bring up a color video camera with them when they can't get a satellite to work after that?
These are all great questions. I'll tell you what I think. As someone who is not an expert, this is rocket science, and I'm not the guy. I think so. Starting with the 1969 mission, I think they did bring some kind of probably a little Super 8 camcorder up. I think they didn't realize that radiation was a real thing. And there's a combination of speculation.
Didn't they know radiation was real from the atom bomb? Or the
but the outer space portion of radiation.
Gotcha.
Radiation of the non-human variety, of just the universal variety. So they're going into space. So they're going into space, and obviously, I think the shooting went fine. And I think where it could have gone wrong is either on the return trip to the Van Allen through the Van Allen radiation belt, or possibly when trying to board an airplane, because they did have those metal detectors and stuff, something that can fuck with traditional film.
Right.
And who knows? So, in a last-ditch effort, perhaps they took some of the video footage from training modules where they were trying to replicate the gravity of the moon and work with it from there.
Very possible. There's a lot of there's a lot of good and bad information that you can find online about it, and then make your own deduction from there. Yeah. But I'm definitely I'm pretty 50-50 about it. Whereas before, with how patriotic I try to be all the time, I was more 90-10. We definitely went there, of course, because it's America, you know, red, white, and blue. But now I'm a little 50-50 on it, and I'm not a big truster in government and everything like that.
Well,
so
I think if there's anything that I've always kind of teetered on as I've gotten older, I'd say I love this country. I still think we're the greatest country in the world. I'd be hard pressed to find a country that's better than us. We could beat any country in a fist fight. Our dad could beat up their dad.
Oh, for sure.
Which used to be an argument on the playground
in
in church school.
Oh.
at St. Mary St. Paul's. My dad could beat up your dad. Which actually, just at the time of this coming out, someone from my church school class had passed in a motorcycle accident. So to the family and friends of Jeff Donnelly, you have my condolences. Your son was cool in church school. If there's anything I can do to make your guys' lives easier, please, if you stumble across this podcast, please hit me up. Because he was the only other person who just did not care as much as I did, and it was kind of great. Which is really weird because I kind of got back into faith as I got older. But during church school, I couldn't be fucking bothered. It's like, you guys are wasting my fucking Monday.
The only thing I remember about church school is they made me rake leaves.
I think that might have been probation.
No. Alright, I had to rake leaves for that too.
You had to rake you had to rake leaves for the Lord, brother.
And for the Lord. But I had to rake leaves for the Lord when I wasn't even good at it. It's like, you got all these adults here telling me to do it. They'd probably do a way better job.
Yeah, child labor is child labor.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just not feeling it today.
I mean, there's a window right there.
There is, but it's only like...
We make our way out of.
I wish there wasn't so many, like, things around because I want a shotgun one of these. Too many calories.
I mean, you can take the chance.
I promise.
It's between 206 and 220 somewhere.
Fuck that.
There's a lot of calories.
Yeah, no. There's a reason over the past, like, week and a half, I've switched to either vodka clubs when I drink or some kind of a spike seltzer. Because, well, spike seltzers, it's about 100 calories a serving, whereas if I were to do a Tito's or Grey Goose and Club, it's 70 calories a serving.
Right, just for the vodka.
Right, or the ones I like are probably like 130.
Well, you could even do straight whiskey, and that's still 70 calories a shot.
Yes. Unless it's like Jack Fire or like...
Yeah, the sweeter stuff. I think that's like 100.
Yeah. But, I believe vodka is gluten-free. Is that the one? I don't know.
Unless it's potato vodka, I think. Like Tito's, I don't think is gluten-free.
Vodka is potatoes.
Is all vodka potatoes?
It is like it's supposed to be.
I think there's vodka not made with potatoes, though.
I believe it.
I feel like Tito's made a big deal out of it when they came out and...
Well, their motto is vodka for dog people.
For dog people?
Like people who like dogs.
That's a weird motto for a vodka.
It is a great motto. I think it's a great motto.
I like dogs, and I'm almost like, now I don't even want to drink it.
Now I don't want to.
I'm almost offended that you'd patronize me like that.
Yeah, why patronize me like this?
As if I can't decide which vodka I want to drink.
Then I want to be a dog person. God. Oh. I'm good with this if you are. I think we got everything.
I don't think it can go uphill from here.
I don't think you can either.
And...
the Malcolm X hangover is real.
Yes, it really is.
Well, alright fellas. Appreciate you guys coming by. We've shot shorter podcasts in Mirth Films, so I believe this is acceptable.
Somehow this is the best take out of the 3 times that we've attempted.
Yeah. If you guys believe that, it's because it's true. It's alarming. But alright friends, as always, drink till they're pretty.